onwards. I always start with a sunscreen. You guys have heard me talk about on other channels the beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics SPF 50 plus. I don't know what PA plus 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 is, but my skin loves it. My skin, like, I've really adapted a lot of my beauty routine to Korean products. Not makeup, but definitely skincare. I especially love Korean sunscreens because they don't leave a white cast and they don't clog up my pores. I kind of had this realization like a little bit ago that like a lot of people don't wear sunscreen because it clogs up their pores and they break out and it doesn't feel, and it feels slimy, and there's the white cast and everything. Like, you would have, if you tuned into the video right now, like you would have no idea that I just put on sunscreen. So this stuff is my holy grail. I take this everywhere with me. As you can see, I'm like getting down to the end. So I think I have another one in my cabinet. I'm really gonna have to look. But I've also started using some by me, the V10 Heil Airfit sunscreen. This is another Korean brand that I've really come to love. They have really good skincare products as well. But again, no white cast, so it's pretty great. We're gonna start with just my little bag. I always keep my stuff in this bag, and then I spend about 5 minutes looking for everything that I need. I don't know why I don't have it like on display. We just don't do it. But I'm using the Catrice Cosmetics Poreless Blur Primer. And this is probably one of the nicest primers I've found if you're on a budget. Like, this is not gonna break the bank. I think this is $10, maybe $12. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah. But it has niacinamide in it, which is really, really great, obviously, for your skin. And it's gonna help the makeup just stick all the better. And it's just gonna give it a nice, smooth surface for the makeup to sit on to give me a beautiful finish overall. I am a brush girly. I know plenty of you are like, don't use brushes. No. Yeah, I use a brush. I used to use a beauty blender, and I would like wet it. And then we all saw the whole thing about like it growing mold, and I said no. So I wash my brushes, I'd like to say once a month. I do feel like a child in art class. But I recently switched back to this Dior Forever foundation. I use the shade 1N, and so obviously it's like a cream. Well, it's not a powder, it's not a liquid. Well, it's kind of a liquid. Regardless of what it is, I think it's really nice. I got it at Sephora. For a while they had variation of this formula, but in an aerosol. And it was amazing. I got it sent to me and I tried it, and like literally I was just like, savoring it. And then when it finally ran out, that's one of the few products I've gone to buy after I've been gifted, which, you know, is like a really great product. If like, I'm like, okay, I can spend my money on this. Like, this is so worth it. Just because it has a really like flawless, nice finish. Dior always does. Dior makes really, really great skincare or really great makeup products. But they discontinued the aerosol, and I almost broke down in tears in Sephora, so it sucked. But they said that this was kind of their like next generation, so we're using it, and I actually do really like it. I think it sits really nice on my skin. Obviously got color matched when I was at Sephora, so shout out to Sephora. Okay, we are gonna do brows next. I've been using the Build-A-Brow by Maybeline probably for, I'd probably say I picked it up at the store, maybe not this one specifically, but like I first tried it maybe back in like September, and this is my second like pen, whatever you want to call it. I fucking fucking love this. This is my favorite brow product for like really natural full brows. So I'm not like a big fan of sculpted brows. And this is technically supposed to be the second step, but hear me out. So this is the sealing gel, and then this is the brow pen with like the color on it. So what color am I? I am ash brown, 259. So typically you would go in, they say to go in with the pen first and then smooth everything out with this, with a sealing gel. I do the opposite. I do this one first because I brush up my brows to give them their like the shape that I want. And then since I don't like a really heavy brow, I'll go back in and it's a very fine point. And I'll just fill in the spaces that need it. I won't fill in the whole brow. So I'll go through and I'll find kind of the like thinner areas of my eyebrow. And then I'll just do these like short little strokes to mimic the eyebrow hair. Add a few here and there. And to me, I really like that. Like it's still very natural, like it's still got some like bushiness to it, but it's not sparse. And then onto the second one. And then if I want, I'll go back in with the sealing gel. But honestly, like I don't really ever, my eyebrows don't ever move. Like maybe when I'm putting on a shirt, but like, I think I'm pretty careful about that. And then, oops, made a mistake, and it just wipes right off. It made me laugh the first time I heard somebody refer to eyebrows as sisters and cousins, and I was like, what? So the whole deal is you want your eyebrows to look like sisters, definitely not cousins, and definitely not just strangers on the street. So you want your eyebrows to somewhat match. So I have like thinner eyebrow tails, which I just recently heard from somebody that like they have an autoimmune condition and they have thin eyebrow tails, and I read somewhere else about that. So I don't know what my autoimmune condition is. I really don't pluck my eyebrows. I really don't do anything to my eyebrows except put on like hair growth oil and like love them. So obviously I can go back in, and me, again, being the perfectionist that I am, I'm gonna find little spots here and there, thinking I'm done, and I won't be. So these are a little more cousin-like today. Oh well, life is more than your eyebrows being perfect. This one's the hit cousin. Good God. She's from the city. She doesn't know which way is left. Okay, moving on. I'm not gonna be able to move on. Hang on. And try and comb this guy out. Okay, eyeliner. I just started using Meloway, because not only is this an eyeliner, it's also a remover. You can see that I've used the remover, but it acts as a remover, which I think is like incredible. I don't know why more makeup products don't have like a remover attached to them. So if I like screw up my wing, I just use this and I rub it on, and then I wipe it off, and then I try it again. So I also have started using this little stencil, and somebody commented on one of my videos and they're like, girl, you're using it wrong. Well, then they didn't like tell me how to use it. So it's not wrong if it does what I need it to, right? So I just line it up with my top line, and then because this is a felt tip, it goes on pretty easily. This I think is the best eyeliner out there, like this, like a felt tip versus a pencil versus like a brush in a pot kind of thing, just because there's a lot of control. It's literally like you're holding a pen. There's a lot of control when it comes to this. So less room for error. Still happens. But I'll just line it up. And it's just a little bit, I mean, obviously I can change the angle of it. The hardest part though, okay, I'll do this before I put it on. The hardest part is matching up the angle that I did on this side to this side. So it's usually pretty close. Okay, so this side is a touch longer. And then without that stencil, I'll just go in and fill this in above my lash line. I'm gonna let so I have an electric eyelash curler. I'm gonna let heat up while I do my contour and the rest of my face. So I feel like doing a full face today. And what that means to me is contour, blush, and highlighter. So I know plenty of people are like, SHEIN. I get it, there's a lot of textile waste, but they also do have makeup, and I think it's really beautiful. Because I cannot justify spending $50 plus on a contour stick from some of these brands. This guy is maybe $4, $5. There's so much in here. Like, I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg. And I got this maybe 4 or 5 months ago. So I think it's worth it. Obviously, you see the places that I put the contour on. So I do it on my jawline to sculpt my jawline. I do it on my cheekbones, obviously to give some shadowing. Do it right at the corner, and then along my nose. It's not a big difference, but it makes enough of one. And I just come in with my contour brush, move him out of the way. Nothing crazy, and that's kind of my, like, I don't know, my understood rule when I do my makeup. I don't need anything crazy. I want it to look like me. I just want it to enhance my features, and I think that's what makeup is supposed to do. Okay, blush is done. Just kidding. So this is the It Cosmetics Sun Blush in Sunlit 10. And then I literally dab my brush, pop, pop, and then I put it on. It's kind of how it shows up on my skin is kind of like a corally peach, corally pink maybe. And I think that's a really pretty color. It blends really, really nice. I know you guys are seeing this. So I'll start on the apples of my cheeks, and then I'll work my way up to just about above my eyebrow to just give that like curvature to it. And then last step for my face is, again, Dior. This is their Forever Glow Maximizer. I think this stuff is incredible. I'm truly like, I put this on and I think I did a video for it and I put it on and I was like, this is like golden hour in a bottle. Like it makes you look like you're just standing in golden hour at all times. So like you can obviously see that's without blending. And I'm just gonna take my brush right on the tops of my cheek bone. And then same thing over here. And then right down my nose, because we all decided that our nose should be shiny. There. It's not like the crazy highlighter of 2014. It's not anything like that, but it is wonderful. Okay, so my heated eyelash curler has been heating up. So I just clamp it down and then twist it up. Okay, voila. And then this is the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. Again, I got gifted it, used it all up, and went out and bought it. It's that good. It doesn't clump. It doesn't leave me with like spider lashes. It's just a really good mascara. And then I'll just start at the base and like shimmy the brush up to the tip, making sure to get everything to the bottom lashes. Before, after. So yeah, don't let anyone ever tell you mascara does not make a difference. We're gonna add a little chapstick. So we're just gonna hydrate the lips. Honestly, I bought this because it was pink, but it's the Sun Bum and it's pomegranate flavor and it has SPF 30 in it, which we often forget about putting sunscreen on like these like small parts. So like our lips, our ears, our eyelids, very important. Our hands are like, you get it. You have to remember to put sunscreen on everything. So yeah, that's already cool. Back in the bag. Oh, forgot one thing. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.